Good afternoon, Mr. Kamal Nath, and welcome on Frankly Speaking. And I hope you will speak frankly, because it's time that the Congress and senior leaders like you in the Congress spoke frankly on which way your party is headed. These elections of 5 states that we are talking about, the BJP may end up with a tally of 4-1. It's the evidence of Brand Namo and his pan-Indian appeal, won't you agree, which has cut across segments and classes and castes and appeal to a pan-Indian cross-section of people in India.
First, let's look at the results. UP, yes, we did very badly, more badly than what we expected. We won Punjab. We were well ahead of the BJP in Goa. We were well ahead and are well ahead of the BJP in Manipur. They were behind us in the number of seats. So saying that we did very badly, I think is not very accurate, because UP, if you say we did very badly, yes, we did very badly. And
smaller than Apna Dal, which had 10 seats out of
true.
the 11. You had 7 seats in Uttar Pradesh.
Let's face it, over the last 15 years, the Congress has varied between 20, 25, 28 seats in UP. And UP has not been a strong organizational place for the Congress. And that's very clear. So if you just take out UP and look at the 3 results, it's like talking about the BJP in Kerala. It's like talking about the BJP in Tamil Nadu. When we had the Kerala-Tamil Nadu elections, they went down from the 2014 number and percentage of votes. So while it is correct that UP we did very badly, much more badly than what we expected, but Punjab we won with a great majority. We are the #1 party. We are, in percentage terms, we are almost 35% ahead of the BJP in number of seats in Goa, same in Manipur.
But Mr. Kamal Nath, if you are talking about Goa, look at what the Supreme Court has also said today. Where are the numbers that the Congress party has? It has 4 or 5 ex-chief ministers fighting to be the leader of the Congress party. In the meanwhile, the BJP has contacted all the parties, the smaller parties, got their letters of support, and the Goa Congress has come out and said that the party is sleeping at the wheel. There is nobody driving the car of the Congress party in Goa. They have come out openly and talked about Digvijay Singh just not being available.
Well, it is true we could have been slow in Goa, but we were not expecting that such allurements would be offered by the BJP. With the BJP in power at the center, the BJP is in power before a new government.
What allurements are you talking about, Mr. Kamal Nath? But the Congress
of all other things.
Congress is at 17 seats. It's well short of the majority. In 2002, Jammu and Kashmir, the National Conference was the largest party. It was the Congress and PDP that formed the government. The question is, if both parties are behind the absolute majority mark, who moves first?
It's not that we were behind the majority, but the BJP was far behind the majority. That's what the numbers show.
But there's no leadership in Congress getting the act together.
Now this has to be done at a local level. Digvijay Singh was there. Perhaps this should have been planned, and should have been planned better, that if we fall short of majority, who will we talk to? Discussions could have been held. Certain consensus could have been arrived at. I agree that we have been slow in Gujarat, but that doesn't change the numbers.
Goa.
Sorry, in Goa.
That doesn't change the numbers, but the fact is a government has to be formed. One coalition was far ahead of the other in getting the letters of majority. That's the way governments were formed in 1996 in New Delhi, when the BJP was the largest party, yet Atal Bihari Vajpayee couldn't get through. It was the Congress-supported Deve Gowda who came into power. You did it again in 97 when you took power back from Deve Gowda and made IK Gujral. So you've done it before. Why try foul now?
The numbers were entirely different, and you're trying to compare a banana with orange. The fact of the matter is this, that the BJP in percentage of seats were well behind the Congress. The BJP were well behind the Congress in Manipur, and we acted slow. I accept we acted slow. We could have been better prepared to win. Fine. Let's see how long this government lasts. And what you said about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has said this when the Congress has gone to them, saying that the convention has been the largest single party in a Supreme Court's own pronouncement. They have said that the largest single party should be called. And the largest single party, that's been the convention also. The largest single party is called.
But only if they have letters of support. But that's the fundamental point.
It's the largest single party, even with 17, which we had in Goa. We should have been called. Now, in the meantime, what the BJP did, by making deals, by horse trading, by allurements, a party in power has tremendous scope for allurements. Allurements of office at the center, allurements of office in the state, allurements of all kinds in every possible way. And the BJP, well, is a master at this. They've done this and, well...
Mr. Kamal Nath, would you also admit, look at the flip side, the BJP has the leadership that takes quick decisions. Where is the leadership in the Congress party taking the decisions? Yesterday, on our channel, we had the people from the Goa Minority Congress who said they sent messages across to Rahul Gandhi. He's just not receptive to the states and representatives in the states to take those quick calls.
I do not know about those messages, but I do know that Digvijay Singh was there. He was in contact with them. He was engaging with them.
No, they said that Digvijay Singh never contacted them. That's the point.
I do not know because Digvijay Singh himself talked to me from Goa and told me that he's in touch with them. This is before the results. Digvijay Singh told me just 2 weeks ago, much before the results, that he's in contact. And you must remember that it has to be done at a local level. It has to be done at a state level. And Navika, one point I want to make is that politics is getting very localized. You cannot be taking all the decisions.
Let me contradict you there. When Manohar Parrikar, the defense minister, is sent by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Goa to help form a government in Goa, is it a local level?
Yes, he's a local.
It's a national level leader who's being dispensed with.
But he's a local.
But
he was chief minister for 10 years.
That's the importance that the BJP gives to formation. It's the killer's instinct.
No.
Is the Congress lacking the killer's instinct
no.
to snatch success from the jaws of losses?
We lack the deal instinct. We lack the allurement instinct. And if you talk about Parrikar, there was no other choice. Parrikar has been chief minister of Goa. They would not send somebody from UP or from Madhya Pradesh to Goa to try and settle it. They want somebody who knows everybody. So he may be defense minister, but at the end, he was a chief minister for 10 years. He's a local. So you're only subscribing to my point that it has to be at a local level.
Mr. Kamal Nath, the UP victory was not a fluke. In 2014, the BJP was leading in 328 assembly segments. It had 42.3% of the vote in Uttar Pradesh. Now, 3 years later, 3 years into his term, Narendra Modi has been able to get the same percentage of votes in Uttar Pradesh. He's been able to get the same number of seats, 325 seats in Uttar Pradesh. I mean, do you think that's a phenomenal performance for Narendra Modi, and he has been able to sell his own term at the center for the last 3 years without any anti-incumbency affecting him?
Well, politics has undergone a very big change over the last decade and particularly in the last 5 years. Politics has changed to an extent. I know it because I've seen elections over a very, very long time. This politics has to be understood. Has got to be understood and adopted and adapted by the Congress party. Today, previously you could look at a village and say this village is going to be with me. Today, you can't look at a household where you can say that everybody in that household will vote for me. Politics is gone. We are the largest aspirational society on this planet. Aspirations, perceptions have changed. There's a new generation, and every election throws up a new generation of voters with different aspirations, different perceptions. The BJP had a massive organizational infrastructure. The Congress had no organizational infrastructure at the booth and the village level, which is important. Mr. Modi can create an atmosphere, but unless you have that infrastructure at a booth and a village level, that won't translate into votes. So this is where the Congress lacks. That we've got to seriously look at setting up our organization at a booth and at a village level. Is then and then alone can we hope to win elections.
Mr. Kamal Nath, you've been a 9-time member of parliament from Chhindwara. You have never changed your constituency. You have won repeatedly from there 9 times. How much of your advice is taken in the party, because you know how to win those elections? You're saying that the politics has changed. Has the Congress kept pace with that changing politics and polity?
To be honest, I think the Congress needs to understand this change better. Needs to understand this change better and adopt, and I said adopt and adapt itself to this. That you cannot even at a district level win an election. You got to win it at a block and a booth and a village level. And if I try and contest my election, which I did 36 years ago or 37 years ago, the same way, I will certainly lose. What will happen to Chhindwara is what happened in UP, where you do not have any infrastructure. And I think it was the absolute massive organizational skills of the BJP which helped them to achieve these results.
Mr. Kamal Nath, 31 out of 42 Muslim-dominated seats and 69 out of 85 reserved seats. That is the scale of victory of the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. That's beyond any caste arithmetic.
Well, we must recognize one thing. No single caste or no single religion can win you a seat. And it is the split in the votes. Now, which is a Muslim-dominated constituency. The Muslim votes will also be divided, which were divided in UP between Samajwadi and the BSP. Whereas, if the other castes combine together, they are sure winners. I think there were 55 Muslim-dominated seats, not Muslim-majority seats, Muslim-dominated seats. Now, those votes got divided. On the other hand, the election turned out to be that it became the other castes.
So did Rahul Gandhi read it wrong when he decided to go with Akhilesh Yadav and the Samajwadi Party? It was a party that was facing anti-incumbency, number one. And secondly, the Muslim vote would have got divided anyway between the Samajwadi Party and the BSP.
Well,
did the alliance calculations completely go awry?
I don't think so. We haven't gone into this. It's too early to do a post-mortem on this. And I was not involved in this alliance, and I have not done a post-mortem, but I'm sure there will be a post-mortem, that whether it helped us or it didn't help us.
But you're a king at alliances. You've done the DMK alliance in the past. You've done an alliance with Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee, who was supposed to be closer to the Congress ideology, and you got her to support even President Pranab Mukherjee's election. We remember you, flying in and out of Kolkata in those days. And then your party goes and ties up with the left parties, and look what a disastrous performance in West Bengal they got. So are they reading the alliances wrong? Is your leadership not in touch with ground realities, whether it's on the cadre level, whether it's on the booth level, but even at a macro alliance level?
Well, I think we need to be in touch. We need to see and analyze this much more. We need to be responding to this in a different manner, to responding to this change in politics. Because what was good, if the left was good 10 years ago, it's not necessarily it's good today. If Trinamool was good 10 years ago, it's not necessarily that it's good today. So the dynamics of politics, the whole polity is changing. By polity, I don't mean politicians. By polity, I mean the voter. The polity, I mean the worker. The polity, I mean the people who go and vote. The polity is changing. And unless we have this connect with the changed polity, we will not be able to be organizationally strong.
So you are saying the alliances are also going wrong?
No, alliances, I don't know about the UP alliance because it's too early to say. Certainly there will be a study and a review of this. But alliances are sometimes necessary.
So necessary is one part, but who to ally with? Are the left parties your actual ideological alliance partners, or is the Trinamool more of an alliance partner?
The leftists were our alliance partners when we had the NDA government in 2004. We must remember, they were our alliance partners also. And we were alliance partners with the TMC. Now, there may be reasons why we didn't have it with the TMC. In fact, I know why we did not have it with the TMC. So we needed an alliance. And at that time, the alliance was with the leftists. The question also very important in politics is timing. What is good today is not good tomorrow. What is bad tomorrow may be good today. And unless we get our timings correct, BJP started preparing for the elections in UP 1.5 to 2 years ago. They crafted a policy, they crafted a strategy, and that's yielded results.
There is a brand Namo, and there is a backroom strategist Amit Shah, who's a full-time politician working on the BJP's well-crafted strategies. Where is the Congress Are you hoping to win on part-time strategists like Prashant Kishore? Is that your model of politics that you want to take, going further?
I don't think Prashant Kishore was any part of, he was not necessarily a part of any strategy. He was providing the inputs. He cannot be an executor. He was an advisor. I may take your advice. What will be done? Prashant Kishore had a reservoir of ideas and we took his advice, and it's not necessarily that we followed all his advice. It's not necessarily that all his advice was could go down in the party, but he was an input. Input doesn't mean that he's running the show.
He was sold as a strategist, Mr. Kamal Nath. Why are you playing it down? There is an Amit Shah and there is no comparison with the Prashant Kishore. That's what I'm talking about. That's the level of preparedness of a political party which is playing to win.
I don't think you can compare Prashant Kishore with Amit Shah. Amit Shah is the president of the BJP. Prashant Kishore is merely an advisor and a strategist. You can call him a strategist by whatever name called. He's not a part of your party. That's
what I'm saying, that you need a full-time strategist in the party. Who is that strategist in the Congress party?
Well, there are several strategists, and I think there will have to be some reflection on what's happened.
Okay, Mr. Kamal Nath, you're talking about several strategists. Let me tell you, you are a Lok Sabha member of Parliament from Chhindwara and a member of the Congress Working Committee. Out of the 36 members of the Congress Working Committee, 15 of them are Rajya Sabha members. 3 of them are Lok Sabha members, including yourself, Rahul, Sonia and Amrinder. Amrinder is now going to go to Punjab. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are not full-time doing the basic grassroots work. Where does that leave room for anybody to give the advice which is required for winning elections? And I'm talking about winning elections in the time you're saying when the polity is changing.
Well, I think this also needs to be looked at, because you do need to have experience of contesting elections. It's very important to have experience of contesting elections. Not one election, several elections. And I always say, when a question of giving tickets comes, I say, if this chap has contested a municipal election, he knows what the salt of an election is. If he's contested a panchayat election, I said he knows what an election is all about. He should be given preference against somebody who's never contested anything.
So you think that model needs to change in the Congress party?
Well, you require a mix of everything. You require a mix of everything, because it's not necessarily. In a cricket team, you'll have a batsman, you'll have a bowler, you'll have a wicket-keeper. Similarly, in a football team. So in a team, you're going to have a mix of all these. But certainly, you do need more of elected people, people who have contested elections at all levels and many times, which will provide a very important input.
Mr. Kamal Nath, let me also bring in the in charge, people who were in charge of 3 out of the 4 states that went to polls. There was Digvijay Singh, in charge of Goa, who last contested an election in 2003. There was Ghulam Nabi Azad for Uttar Pradesh, who has changed his constituency several times, and we don't know when he last contested elections. Ambika Soni, who was in charge of Uttarakhand. Now, are these 3 general secretaries the only people the Congress can turn to for winning elections in such a competitive environment?
Who was the president of the BJP in UP? Had he ever contested election?
But there was a master strategist, Amit Shah.
Okay. So you got to look at it holistically. Now, all these people have got experience of elections. They've got great experience of elections. Your calculations may go wrong.
But you yourself said that experience comes from changing environment, and environment is changing by the day, not by the year. It's changing by the day.
Absolutely.
And all of these people won in elections way back. Polities have changed since then, Mr. Kamal Nath.
True, but in the end, there is experience. We must understand that. And where we got to recognize something is that we need to change with the changing polity. I need to change with the changing polity. If I don't change myself, I won't win my next election. I can't contest the next election based on how I contested my last election or my last elections or 8 elections or 9 elections ago. I've got to find a different model to contest. The electoral politics, the management of electoral politics has undergone a serious change, has undergone a great change. And you have to accept that, first accept it, and then work according to it.
So you're saying there is not even the level of first recognizing it in the Congress party, forget trying to change it?
I'm not saying that. Probably we have problems in execution. I think the results reflect will force one to recognize this change. And it's important now to be able to adopt it and adapt to this change and move according to this change.
What do you think about the comparison of the two brands, brand Namo versus brand Rahul Gandhi? Is there any comparison as far as their connect with the people is concerned?
Well, in the present time, of course, Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, he will have a better connect. But we must remember, Mr. Narendra Modi has been in politics for how long? He's been in politics.
So Rahul Gandhi has been in politics for 13 years. How much longer does he need?
He is not. We should only calculate Rahul Gandhi when he came into politics. It was different. He became an MP. Now, an MP doesn't mean that you are spending all your time running the party. It's only in the last 1.5 years he's running the party. And if you're comparing Mr. Narendra Modi, who's been in politics for 45 years or whatever it is, versus Rahul Gandhi, who has been involved with the party for the last 1.5 years, I think it's a very unfair comparison.
I think you're playing it down. Rahul Gandhi has been studying from the sidelines, has been an MP, worked closely. I mean, we all know that the Gandhi family called the shots entirely in the 10 years that the UPA was in power.
That Rahul Gandhi was born when Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister, so from birth he knows politics.
Of course he does.
No, it's not.
I mean, he's not become Vice President of Congress Party because there was an election.
No, he has not been associated with politics. When Mrs. Gandhi was there, when Rajiv Gandhi was there, Rahul Gandhi wasn't associated with politics.
But the fact is that 13 years...
No, it's not 13 years. I think you're stretching these numbers. Rahul Gandhi has been in charge of the party for the last 1.5 years. And I think it's only fair we should let him evolve.
Okay, so 1.5 years, since 2014, 11 elections have been lost by Rahul Gandhi. How many more?
If you say you lost Assam, I'll say yes, we lost it after 15 years in power.
Because Himanta Biswa Sarma said that Rahul Gandhi was actually playing with his dogs rather than listening to
That's what Himanta Biswa Sarma said, but also it's a fact that we were 15 years in government. We were 15 years in government, we had a very heavy incumbency factor. We must not also avoid saying that.
Mr. Kamal Nath, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Punjab now, Mizoram and Meghalaya are the only states that the Congress in power. Is that a track record that makes you happy?
BJP had 2 members of parliament. I was in parliament when the BJP had 2, just 2. Okay? Is that the track record also?
But you had 206 members of parliament in 2009.
Okay, so
they never had anything before that.
We must remember.
They started from 2, but you have started from 206.
In 2004, how many did the BJP have? And how many did we get? We formed the government. In 2009, we formed the government. Let's look at our track record. Look at it in the proper perspective.
In 2014, it's downhill all the way.
Well, 2014 was momentum. It was a momentum of incumbency in all states. And that's what politics is. It's happened.
But do you think there is an introspection required at the leadership level?
Well, there's introspection required at all levels. And every party worker must adapt to this change. Every party worker must be more sensitive to what this new generation wants. Because in many places, even aspirations are outrunning castes. It's happening. We could never think of this 10 years ago.
Is Rahul Gandhi in a position to be made president of the party in these circumstances?
Of course. I don't think we can put this the blame on his head, and he is vice president functioning as a president. Now he is functioning because Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has not been very active because of her health. He has been functioning, and I don't see why he should not be president.
No introspection on his part required.
It's natural. I don't have to say it, you don't have to say it. Rahul Gandhi is smart enough, is intelligent enough, is shrewd enough to be able to reflect on what's happened.
You still believe that?
I believe that, and I believe he's going to do it.
Okay, so when are we looking at that, Congress 2.0 under Rahul Gandhi beginning to take shape?
Well, I think it should take place during the course of this year. We are at the start of this year.
You have Gujarat and Karnataka elections coming up next.
Yeah.
If you don't perform in these 2 elections, where is the Congress headed?
Well, why if? What happens if we do? Why do you say if we don't?
If you do, then it will be resurrection. Okay, but so right now your record doesn't give anybody the confidence that you would.
Let us not use the word resurrection. If you just take away UP from this recent elections, we have done well. The BJP were the ruling party in Gujarat, in Goa. What happened? We came as number 1. We came as number 1 in Manipur. We were way ahead in Punjab. UP, we were never there. And we still don't remain there.
Okay.
So what is the resurrection you're talking about?
Okay, on that note, Kamal Nath, as always, you've decided to speak very frankly. We do hope your party is listening to the wise counsel coming from you, because these days the questions that are being raised are, is the Congress aware of what has struck it? Only then will it be able to find a solution to the problems that it faces. Thank you very much for joining me, Mr. Kamal.
Thank you.